So for the longest time, ever since I can remember, I always knew that I wanted to be able to start my own business and have that be my main source of income and be dependent on that. I didn't really have any reason to believe that I could do it or any logistics behind why I would make it work. It was just sort of a blind faith that I knew eventually I would be able to start my own business and rely on that. Now, I'm sure that a lot of that was probably fueled by social media and many other things, but along the way, when you try a lot of businesses and a lot of them end up failing, you realize how much you actually need to be able to give up to have a successful business. The first few businesses that I started, I kind of just like half-assed because I had food on the table, I had a roof over my head, and I didn't have that much of a need to be able to accomplish what I needed to do to make the business successful. And I continued with that mindset for like a few years whenever I'd just have some spare time and like start a new business. And after so many times that it eats away at your soul. Like the failures time and time again eat away at your soul and make you realize like, do I actually want to do this or do I not want to do this? I think it eventually gets to a point where you either decide like, hey, I've tried this a few times. Business is just like not really for me. I don't know. I guess it's like just for other people. Or you just say like, I don't care, like I will die for this. And I don't think this is a very healthy thing to have, but I think it's something that the vast majority of successful business owners who have stayed in business for a long, long time end up having. And it gets to the point where you think about business 24/7, and eventually after a lot of suffering and pain and everything, it becomes your craft almost. It becomes your art. And then you just like fall in love with doing it every single day. And then that just makes you want to go even further with it. Now, I think there are a lot of outliers to this to like refute my claim, but I'd say the vast majority of business owners have probably gone through some version of this that is pretty similar. And I think just the message to anyone wanting to start a business is that like you really need to understand why you want something and how much you'll actually give up to be able to achieve it. Because unless you ask yourself, like, why do I need it now? You're going to be asking yourself that same question when you are like deep into work and just want to give up. Like, why am I even doing this? And unless your answer is really fucking strong, you're going to stop doing it whenever it gets difficult. So for literally anyone who wants to start a business out there, make sure you have a strong why. And if you don't have that strong why, don't do it.